Is it too late for EJ and Johnny DiMera's gut-wrenching father-son reckoning on Days of Our Lives? The story of Johnny DiMera and his father, EJ DiMera, has taken a heart-wrenching turn. What's happening between Johnny and EJ has struck a deeply personal and poignant chord, especially as EJ now lies comatose in a hospital bed, fighting for his life. The wounds of the past Johnny DiMera has spent years haunted by the secrets surrounding his birth. Secrets that shattered his trust in his father. The revelation that his very conception was the result of a dark, fateful night left Johnny reeling. And it wasn't just what happened that night. It was EJ's role in it, and what it meant for Johnny's mother, Sammy Brady. Johnny's pain morphed into anger, and that anger led to a physical confrontation with EJ, a moment that Johnny now deeply regrets. He struck his father in a fit of emotional rage, and in doing so, severed a fragile connection between them. And now EJ may never wake up. EJ's past actions are impossible to ignore, especially his underhanded attempts to manipulate the adoption prospects for Tate Black and Sophia Choi. These efforts, which threaten the future of Johnny's marriage to Chanel Dupree, added yet another wedge between father and son. In many ways, Johnny felt like his father was not only meddling in his life but actively trying to sabotage his happiness. It's no surprise, then, that when EJ reached out to make amends this week on Days of Our Lives, Johnny wasn't ready. The anger still simmered beneath the surface. How could he sit down for a heart-to-heart with the man who upended his mother's life, who nearly destroyed his own future with Chanel, and who seemed to manipulate everything and everyone around him like chess pieces? But fate, as always in Salem, had other plans. The shooting that changed everything just when the DiMera's fragile relationship seemed poised to either break completely or finally begin healing, tragedy struck. EJ DiMera was shot in what is quickly becoming one of Day's most gripping mystery storylines this spring on Peacock. The question on everyone's lips, who pulled the trigger? Johnny, though overwhelmed with complicated emotions, suddenly finds himself in the crosshairs not just metaphorically but legally. As the Salem police begin their investigation, Johnny's name surfaces among the suspects. It's a shocking turn but not entirely unexpected. After all, he had motive, a recent confrontation, and unresolved bitterness toward his father. However, longtime viewers know Johnny. His heart has always been bigger than his temper, and while the pain he's carried has been immense, violence was never truly in his nature. Still, that doesn't stop the wheels of justice from turning or from misfiring. If evidence emerges, Johnny could be arrested. And yet, spoilers suggest his innocence will eventually be proven. But what damage will be done in the meantime? And more importantly, will EJ ever wake up to see the truth? Sammy Brady's return, a mother's love and a son's struggle amidst the swirling chaos. Days of Our Lives fans can look forward to a long-awaited return. Sammy Brady, Johnny's fiercely protective mother, will come back to Salem. But will she return in time? Spoilers tease that Sammy may arrive just a little too late to prevent her son from falling into the eye of the storm. She's there to support Johnny, to remind him of his worth and innocence, but the timing could be cruel. If Johnny is arrested or blamed for the shooting, Sammy will no doubt fight tooth and nail for her son, just as she always has. Her return promises fire, tears, and perhaps a reawakening of long-buried emotions toward EJ. Sammy's presence could also shake up the already unstable ground between the DiMeras. Will her return bring the fractured family together or rip them further apart? The coma, a place between life and regret. EJ DiMera now lingers in a coma, hovering between life and death. Doctors are uncertain if or when he will wake, and this extended state of limbo is not just a plot device, it's a crucible for Johnny's soul. Now, faced with the very real possibility of losing his father forever, Johnny is beginning to unravel. The anger that once consumed him is slowly being replaced by something deeper, heavier, regret. Alone in EJ's hospital room, viewers may soon witness one of the most emotional scenes in recent days' memory. Johnny, kneeling by his father's bedside, fighting back tears, whispering apologies and pleas into the sterile silence. "Come back, Dad," he may beg. "Come back so I can tell you I forgive you, so I can tell you I love you, so I can make it right." It's a moment of pure vulnerability, one that even the most hardened of Salem's citizens would feel deeply. For viewers, especially those who have lived through the complexities of family conflict, it's heartbreakingly relatable. The feeling of words left unsaid, of apologies never spoken, and of time slipping away too quickly. What comes next? EJ's prognosis remains uncertain. The coma prolongs not only the mystery of his shooter but the emotional turmoil surrounding him. For Johnny, this waiting period is agony. It forces him to confront the darkest parts of his past, his feelings about his parents, and the man he wants to be moving forward. Will he find peace with his father, even if that peace must come without closure? And will EJ wake up, and if he does, what will he remember? Will he reveal the identity of the shooter? Or will he emerge changed, ready to finally be the father Johnny always needed? These are the questions gripping Days of Our Lives this spring, and longtime fans know the answers won't come easily or painlessly. Final thoughts. A story of fathers, sons, and second chances. Days of Our Lives has always excelled at telling multi-generational stories that pull at the heartstrings, and the EJ Johnny storyline is no exception. At its core, this is not just a tale of mystery or revenge. It's a story about legacy, forgiveness, and the hope that love can survive even the deepest wounds. For older viewers, many of whom have followed the DeMeras for decades, this arc may feel especially poignant. The complexities between father and son, of disappointment, estrangement, and the desperate hope for reconciliation resonate across generations. As the show unfolds in the coming weeks, one thing is certain: whether EJ lives or dies, whether Johnny is cleared or convicted, the emotional stakes have never been higher. And in Salem, where the past never truly stays buried, the next chapter is always just a heartbeat away. So, tune in, hold your breath, and keep a tissue nearby. Because this spring, Days of Our Lives is pulling no punches and reminding us all that even the most broken families can find their way back to one another if it's not too late. Will EJ remain in a coma forever, or wake up and point to the shooter? An in-depth analysis. This is a fascinating question for longtime Days of Our Lives fans. Will EJ DiMera remain in a coma forever, or will he wake up and reveal who pulled the trigger? Let's break down both possibilities in detail. 1. EJ stays in a coma, extending the tragedy and mystery. If the writers decide to keep EJ in a coma for a prolonged period, this becomes a powerful tool to maintain suspense and emotional tension. It allows the mystery of the shooter to linger and gives other characters, especially Johnny, Sammy, and Chanel, the chance to evolve emotionally and react to the event in deeply personal ways. Benefits of keeping EJ in a coma: gives Johnny time to seek redemption. He can wrestle with guilt, go through a process of self-reflection, and develop a one-sided emotional bond with his unconscious father. Expands the suspect pool. With EJ unable to speak, the Salem police must focus on multiple suspects, keeping viewers guessing who really did it. Sammy's chance to shine. Her return to Salem could be a fierce display of maternal protection, especially if Johnny is in legal trouble. Prolongs the central storyline. A comatose EJ allows the writers to delay the big reveal and keep viewers invested. 2. EJ wakes up, shocking Salem with a revelation. On the other hand, if EJ regains consciousness, it would mark a dramatic turning point. If he remembers who shot him, his testimony could completely change the direction of the story, especially if the shooter turns out to be someone close or unexpected. It could lead to a major twist. If EJ wakes up, justice is served. EJ could name the culprit, leading to arrest or public exposure. Emotional climax. Watching Johnny at his father's bedside when EJ wakes up could be a powerful and tear-filled moment. EJ might offer forgiveness or even express blame. Given Days of Our Lives' classic writing style, it's very likely that EJ will remain in a coma for a while longer. EJ's coma is not the ending, it's a bridge to a more complex, emotionally charged storyline. His awakening won't just solve the mystery, it will spark new drama, especially between him and Johnny, stir Sammy's fierce maternal instincts, and shake the already unstable DiMera family dynamics. The real question isn't if EJ will wake up, it's when he does, what will he say, and who will be most afraid to hear it? Would you like me to continue this storyline? I can explore possible suspects or dive deeper into Johnny's emotional journey once EJ wakes up.